Hey everybody, I'm Cassandra from Arbuckle Historical Society. Today I wanted to talk to you about something that I find really cool, which is the fashion industry of original sulfur. One of the original staples of sulfur fashion was Jack Nowlan's store. It began as A.D. Nowlan's in 1905, which sold men's clothes exclusively, and later on branched out. Here we have a children's item. Looks like a school uniform, $8.98, pretty good deal, I think. And over here we have Mrs. A.D. Nowlan's dress. I'm not sure if this came from the Jack Nowlan store or not. Let's see. But what I find interesting is this dress appears to be from the 50s or 60s. And the price tag on it is $32, which I find really, really interesting because clearly there was a market here for dresses of that price point at that time. A normal dress right now, as I just checked at Oak and Ivy and the Mix the other day, I found some really cute ones for about $30. So this really says something to me about Sulphur's current economy, that there were people affording fashion like this. Another store Sulphur had downtown was called Mary V's. It apparently carried some high-end fashion, lots of hats, because we see a lot of hat boxes from Mary V's back in the day. We've got a pretty cool collection of donated 1920s and 30s items from here in Sulphur. This dress was worn by Miss Maud Horseman. A lot of people might recognize the Horseman name. They were a prominent family in Sulphur. We have this wedding dress that was worn in 1910, donated by the family for preservation. Isn't it beautiful? In addition to fashion, one thing that the ladies loved were their beauty shops. Sulphur has had beauty shops listed from the time that it first became a town, and this piece was donated from a local beauty shop, Mildred's Beauty Shop, in the 1960s, and we believe it was in use around the 30s and 40s. What do y'all think of that? Tell me in the comments. I think it looks like a little bit of a combo between a spaceship and an electric chair, but much respect to the ladies of Sulphur who were willing to undergo this for curly hair for their night out. As you can see, we've got several artifacts from the old theaters in Sulphur. Ramsey Theater, Mr. Ramsey built Flower Bluff. We have the Log Cabin Theater. And there was the Gym Theater. So all kinds of places for the ladies to go once they got their fashion in line and got their hair done. Here we have something that not a lot of people realize used to be a thing, which is a black wedding dress. This black wedding dress was worn in 1879 by Miss Prudy Alley, who was the bride of Mr. Thomas Jefferson Jennings. At the time, a white wedding dress was a bit impractical because you were going to and from the church in a carriage. A lot of dust, a lot of walking on unpaved roads. And also, in addition to that, a wedding dress at that time wasn't exactly a one-time garment. That would be a church dress, a funeral dress, go to a meeting dress. So it's really interesting to see how times change. I kind of find this a bit more practical, to be honest. A really nice wedding dress that you can continue wearing. That sounds kind of cool. So if 20s and 30s fashion is something that interests you, and especially in the aspect of what was available and what people were wearing here in Sulphur, come on to the museum and check it out. We got a lot of information.